Do I have to record anything?
You don't have to do anything on your part.
That's fucking hype.
He's like, it's lit, bro. It's lit.
It is true, and we are live, guys. We are live. Welcome to Puro Pinche Sports, everybody. I am your host, Jose Garza, and tonight we're doing a little special edition since we don't really do the topic of pro wrestling or sports entertainment, as some might call it. I figured we bring this on today because it's going to be an annual thing, and fuck, I'm going to my first WrestleMania. And today with me, guys, is my good old friends from church, known them for almost, I think, a decade almost at this point, Steven Escobedo and Kay Trevino.
What up? Thanks for having us on, brother.
No. Thank you for being on. Thank you.
Hey, man.
Especially
I'm not doing anything. It's totally cool.
Hey,
man, I can fix my mustache.
Sorry, make it perfection, papas. They get perfection. I mean, it's beautiful.
So I wish I had a beautiful beard like some of the guys in. So,
hey man, this was I was patches before this. Okay, I was patches. I had to shave it, let it grow, shave it, let it grow. Simple as that. That's how I did it. I don't know. I was patches. I was like, this side grow and this side.
I'm doing now.
Steven, you got any
still patches. I try my best.
Yeah,
a little bit. I got a little scruff. I got a little shave.
As I tell people all the time, I still have a little bald spot right here, and I just call it Ghibli after Mono Ginobili. So I mean, but you can't see it because I covered up very well. I do the Donald Trump comb over, so it looks nice. So
ooh, nice.
I mean, whatever works, man. Hey, I'm not gonna judge you.
Exactly. All right, guys. Well, I wanted to ask y'all some questions first. Steven, I'll start with you.
Okay.
How long have you been a pro wrestling fan, and why are you still into it now?
So, it all started back when I was younger, back in my prime. No, it was back in around like 1999, 2000, because I do have an older brother. You all know him. He introduced me to it because he was a really big fan. Now he isn't, but I'm still currently a fan of any promotion, New Japan, WWE, AEW, stuff like that. I was only a singular fan of WWE back then, like until I'd say 2011, and then I started watching like Ring of Honor, all that stuff, and it just made me want to watch it a little bit more, if that makes sense. Like, you had all these different brands and you had all these different, personas and what have you not. So that just made me more of a fan. So keep on watching and keep on watching. And, when you're younger and you have older siblings or younger siblings, you tend to wrestle like in the backyard or breaking the couch or whatever. So that still made me a fan till this day. Just stuff like that.
All right, nice. Kay, what about you?
So for myself, I think like any other person when they were younger, I grew up watching WWE, WCW, like during like the whole Monday Night Wars era of wrestling. That's when I really grew up with it. So like Stone Cold, The Rock were coming up, Kurt Angle was like showing up. He had just came in. I was there for I remember watching Chris Jericho go from WCW to WWF at the time. So like watching the NWO develop and become its thing, like becoming a big fan of Sting. Wolfpack Sting is still my favorite from over there. My brother's back. And I want to say it was probably around I definitely probably stopped watching wrestling around the time they swapped over to WWE when they had to drop the F because the world, whatever, the other WWF, the Panda folks, came in suing them. And so I stopped watching wrestling I just completely stopped it. And it probably wasn't until SummerSlam 2016 when Finn Balor was the first he was the first Universal Champ. That's when I started watching it again, and from then literally on to now, that's when I came back and really started following it. And then same thing like Steven said, that's when I started following a lot of the indie promotions, or like the other what's the word I'm looking for? Promotions. I started watching New Japan. I didn't really watch ROH too much or Impact, but I did start following New Japan really, really hard because of Bullet Club. I remember learning about them and being like, who the fuck are these guys? And then just getting like just super, super infatuated with them and like their whole gimmick and everything they were doing. Because it was like a new age NWO. I mean, that's what it was. That's who they were, like, you know, obviously influenced by. And so I remember learning about all those guys. Like, I think it was the second iteration. So obviously when after AJ Styles had left and Kenny Omega was in charge, that's when I came into the Bullet Club. Or like liking the Bullet Club, but then I started following a lot of the other like New Japan guys. So yeah, pretty much long story short, grew up watching it as a kid, and then came back to it in 2016 and just been fucking loving it ever since, man. Like you, this is my first WrestleMania. I went to my first Rumble, the last one that was live before COVID hit, and then I remember my very first one was Survivor Series, same thing in Houston a couple years before. So. Yeah, man.
Damn. What was your reaction when Edge came back?
Bro, I lost my shit. I jumped.
Yo,
because we had awesome seats, man. We were on the field because it was there at Minute Maid. And I remember I hear the music and I just lose my shit because I really wasn't around when Edge retired. Like, I wasn't really watching wrestling at that point, but I remember when it happened, and I was just like, oh man, that sucks. Like that, like it was just like a bummer. So being there for that pop, dude, that pop was loud. I can tell you right now, that pop, when Drew kicked out Brock, that pop was nuts. Actually, both those pops, those were the two biggest pops of the whole night. And I mean, it was loud, dude. And so I'm looking forward to not to get ahead, but I'm looking forward to the Stone Cold pop, brother, on Saturday.
bro.
In Texas.
Yeah, I'm like, once I hear that glass break, I told my brother and my mom. This is the point I told my mom, I'm going to be like, I'm going to lose my shit.
100%, I'm probably going to cry. I'll probably cry. I'll just be a little girl and cry.
That's okay. Yeah. That's okay. So 1 out of 10, give me your rating on how you're feeling about this WrestleMania for y'all.
Definitely, I would say, like, in terms of just normal excitement, like not like analyzing it deep, I'm like 10 out of 10, bro. I'm excited as shit because it's a 2-day or it's a 2-night WrestleMania event, right? So like they split it. That means there's obviously a lot that would be too much for one card.
Which they've done in the past.
It's worked. I think in the past it being like a 6-7 hour event is just too much. Even as a fan watching it at home, you know, that's a lot, man. I mean, it's a whole afternoon, a whole evening. And then, but I think as far as like storyline wise, I'd probably say like an 8 out of 10 because there's some really good matches on there that I'm excited to see, especially for like certain championships and stuff like that. And then there's some other stuff where I'm like, I don't really care. But I think overall, it's high excitement for sure.
Steven, yourself?
I would have to agree with Kay, like not over analyzing it. Like as a fan of like wrestling in general, like it's gonna be like an 8. I'd say 7.5, 8 out of 10. And so like if I were to like analyze it, really analyze it, it could have been a little bit better, but I'm still excited nonetheless because it's like I said, it's gonna be our first WrestleMania. And so it's going to be in Dallas, but I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, same here. I'm with you, Kay, on that, and Steven, I'm with you 10 out of 10 for the first WrestleMania. Storyline wise, yeah, I'll say about maybe like 7 out of 10. But other than that, I mean, like but overall, just the experience of being there. I've only gone to more recently, like whatever pay-per-views are actually in town here in San Antonio. Mm-hmm. So the last Rumble here in 2017 when Cena won the 16th title. You know, Orton wins the Rumble. I was there at the 2007 Rumble when John Cena choked out Umaga, legitimately choked him out. And Undertaker won the Rumble that night. But other than that, I don't really go to the house shows or to the Raw or SmackDown. They've been a bit of a letdown. I don't want to put my money on that. Steven, I just want to bring it up because us that know you have followed your posts and stuff like that. You've been doing a lot of great things with photography and other things, but you've also dabbled yourself in actual wrestling. Just tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So back in, I want to say around the beginning of May, end of April, around there, I was contemplating on actually joining like a wrestling school, not the school, but just training with like actual professionals because I've always been a fan and I've always been athletic to an extent. So I just took initiative. I was like, you know what? This is one of my things off my bucket list that I want to try. And so I just went full force into it, basically. Everybody says it's like it's tough. Like I can tell you that it's pretty tough. Like running the ropes, that's gonna bruise your back easily. The first couple of days that you're there. What else? Like cardio is insane. Like I can't say it enough. Like their cardio is on another level. And I thought like me playing sports, it was gonna be like easy, like you adjust once you're in the situation. But it's pretty crazy, man. No, but like I said, I joined. My mentors were Daga. He was in AAA, CMLL, and then Impact Wrestling, and then my other mentor for American Style was Daga was Lucha Libre, and Tessa Blanchard. I didn't know at the time Tessa Blanchard was going to be like my mentor. I thought it was just like a photo of her and then other people teaching. But funny enough, when I went there, I was like, holy crap, it's Tessa freaking Blanchard. That was the first time in my life where I was like, oh my gosh, an actual wrestler that I know. Like, I'm starstruck. But like, once you get to know them, like they're pretty cool. But they train you hard, they train you tough. The to sum it all up, if you want to try it, like you don't have to wrestle, you can do commentary. They always need commentary. They always need like stuff behind the scenes. Like you can actually work for a promotion here in the state of Texas, because the state of Texas, there's many promotions. And so if you want to dabble in some stuff, like just hit them up or like go on Instagram, because if that's your dream, like guys, then it's I want to say it's easy, but it's like you have to go through some barriers, but it's pretty fun.
Nice, man. That's awesome. Definitely something to look out for anybody that's really into it. Kay, you're like what, 6'6"? Have you ever dabbled in backyard wrestling or anything like that?
Dude, you're giving me WWE numbers. He's 6'7", 6'6", 280 pounds. Nah, dog.
I have to overhype. I have to
probably
overhype.
More like 6'3" and more like probably like 6'3" and a half.
Sure, I don't want you to dwarf me. I know. When I stand next to you, we're about eye to eye. But I gotta hype you up. But anyways, did you ever do any kind of wrestling? Or
we're basically the same height. No, man. I mean, like when we were younger, of course, when we were both watching wrestling, when we were kids, like we would fucking wrestle on like, I just need to stop cursing so much. We would wrestle like,
we're not being monetized.
In a room and like we're not on the beds. Like I used to give Mehmet like I'm pretty sure he remembers this. He's right there. I used to give him was it pile drivers on the bed. I think I did it like twice, and then I felt bad because I think I hurt him. But we'd give each other stunners and stuff like that. But then like it never got to a point where like we're in the backyard or like, oh, we bought a trampoline so we could just like mess each other up. No, it was just like stupid younger brothers just wrestling each other, just copying what we saw on TV. Man, like it's funny. I think about it. Like if I would have like taken a different route with like my career or like school or anything like that, I realized like, man, and if I would have stayed in like really cool shape, I'm pretty sure I could have pulled off being a wrestler, right? But I mean, if anything, like my thing is like for the people who have done it, like Steven, and then obviously like the wrestlers that we follow and we admire now, Like, yeah, no, man, I get it. You know, it's, of course, you know, we know it's scripted. We don't know what it is. We don't know who's going to win. But that's the whole point, is them telling a story, right? Like like you said, Stephen, the athleticism is real. The bumps are real. It's not easy to make it look easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to respect it, regardless if it's predetermined. Yeah, man. I if I was in a different place, you know, and I had a really great in shape body, man, yeah, I would totally have done it. You know, I would have gone for it. But no, man, just, you know, beating up my brother because I was bigger than him, but not so much now. That's just rude.
Do you think Mama could take you now?
Oh, hell yeah, dude. He'd beat my ass easy.
Oh, hell
Pretty sure until his
yeah.
head start hurting, and then it'd be like, or, you know, my leg hurts, or I'm about to rupture a freaking varicose vein or something. I don't know, but yeah, it's cool.
Oh, Lord.
We're just old. We're just old.
True. No, the only thing I ever did was that backyard wrestling, but on hard dirt. It was no like ring we rented or no trampoline. It was just like straight up dirt. And I was with like me and Jesse, who y'all know, of course. My friend Sean, Xavier, Jesse's little brother Jason, but he had his own division. He brought his friends over and he would fight those guys because clearly we're bigger than him. We're not trying to squash them. Yeah, we had to have a junior division, you know, for the, you know, the 105
Nice.
pounders. So
did you guys like create stage names? What was Jesse's, like, the lawnmower or something? The gardener?
no, what was it? He was the nightmare. He was the nightmare.
Yes.
Oh.
I say this out of love. I would have said it if he was here too.
To anybody who doesn't know, I mean, you've seen the episodes with Jesse on. You know he likes to call himself Darkness. So you know, this man went through ancestry DNA, and he found out he's 5% black. So he's been enjoying the fuck out of it ever since.
I mean,
all right, that's him. That's just him. Okay, I don't speak.
Not him.
Right.
I mean, it's
legit. It's legit, right? No, I remember like Jesse caught me once on what is it? Camel clutch.
Ooh.
When he fucking just pretzeled me backwards all the way, and I'm like, thank God this is the last man standing match where I don't have to. I can tap it. It don't mean shit.
Yeah, right.
It's just like
I'm good. You're like uncle. No, but
Yahweh.
I think funny you mentioned that, because when I was smaller, when me and my brother would this is so funny. When me and my brother yes. Now when we used to spend the night with my cousin Jonathan, like they were like, for their age, I think it was like in middle school, and I was like, of course, in elementary school. We were on the bed, right? And at the time they were living in an apartment, and so they would do wrestling moves because, of course, I'm the smallest one, you know. And so, long story short, my cousin Jonathan freaking bubba bombs me, like making my neck go down and slamming me, sitting me down with him. You know how the move goes, and so
yes. For those who don't know, it's basically. Well, wait, which bubble bomb are you going by? Because I go by the full Nelson onto the ass attack, unless you're talking about a super power bomb.
Yes, that one.
Oh God. Oh
that
God. One. No, thank you.
Yeah, and so yes, and so long story short, I started crying because he almost actually hurt me.
I would too. I don't blame you.
That was the first time I was legitimately scared, and I was like, oh, like it hurts, and they're like, you know, like the cousins or the older brothers are like, shh, shut up.
No, the worst thing I ever saw was a 6'2", 250-pound man just fall like unconsciously onto another man's cojones.
Oh.
And that was like, thank God it wasn't me. But I mean, that's
a lot of brother.
I know a lot of brothers
on your brothers.
he just passed out, and he just like went head first, and the full body weight just right there. It was over. All right, but anyways, we're already 20 minutes deep here. Thank you guys for sharing your lives with the whole world that watches, all two of them. Anywho, let's get started with WrestleMania Saturday. So this is the rumored matchup that was going to kick off the show. So without further ado, we got for the Raw Women's Championship, we have the champion Becky Lynch defending her title against Bianca Belair. Kay, give me your predictions of how this match is going to go and who wins.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say this right now. Deep down in my heart, I want Bianca to win because she got
Bianca?
so screwed over. Yeah, what was it? Rumble?
SummerSlam.
Right? Was it Rumble?
Preach.
SummerSlam.
Oh, SummerSlam. Sorry.
No, it was SummerSlam.
SummerSlam. Yeah, they basically just gave her a work. It was like, or it was a squash. Like, oh my God, Becky's back. Oh my God. And then it was just here, take the title. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. So I think the way they've been doing the storyline, the way they've been setting it up,
Richard?
I think I could see Bianca going home with it, and I would love for her to go with it. But I wouldn't be surprised they pull some shiesty shit and Becky just takes it anyways. So that's my thing. So I guess I'm in my heart of hearts, I want Bianca, but I think it's Becky's gonna win.
Really? Steven,
Yeah,
what is your counter to that? Do you agree with Kay on this one?
No, I think well, you said that Becky was gonna win, right?
He says Becky, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so in my opinion, as far as storylines have been going, you know how they pull like last minute stuff and like when they're in Gorilla, all that stuff. You know, like behind the scenes, all that stuff. In my opinion, I think it's gonna change, but I see Bianca winning because their only option is to, you know, like push Bianca because she's a future. And Becky's not gonna last any longer because she's gonna want to start a family, in my opinion. That's like really reading into it. And so, like, that's just my opinion. But like, wrestling wise, I think she deserves it after what happened at SummerSlam. So they're gonna do her right and give her the title.
Yeah. So on my pick on that one, I'll definitely gonna go with Bianca being the new champion. Now, they set something up really weird on Monday where they've been teasing this whole hair taking style match, which is they're not going to do at Mania, but it ended with Bianca actually cutting some of Becky's hair. So it gave her the momentum going into Saturday. And so it made me want to switch my pick because I was going Bianca. I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to stick Bianca being the new champion. Becky's right. She hasn't lost the title once since in the last 3 years, except for her pregnancy, right? Or being drafted to another brand and shit like that. But otherwise, she hasn't been pinned for the title. Bianca needs that, rub to go back-to-back years beating two of the horsewomen, So I think Bianca goes on and wins the match and probably sets up a hair versus hair match or hair versus title match at Backlash.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, let me I'll also say this just to not linger on it anymore, but I want to be wrong. I will be happy if I'm wrong. I'm just thinking the way WWE likes to screw us over, the way their storytelling is, and the way they like to write stuff. So, like, that's what I'm saying. I will be glad if I'm wrong, but if I'm right, I'm gonna be like, well, damn you, WWE creative.
You're gonna lower your expectations.
Yes, so it's like I'm just gonna go in and join it. But yeah,
I mean, it happens, right? Last year, the Fiend was supposed to win, and then Randy Orton RKO's him in 6 minutes. So anything could happen.
Exactly.
All right, so we'll move on to the next match, and this is probably low-key Steven's favorite. This will be the Mysterios taking on The Miz and his tag team partner, Logan Paul. Steven, I'm gonna let you take lead on this one. What are your thoughts on this match, man?
Going into the match, I don't know, because I feel like I don't know. This is a tough one. Like, even though it's like a lower card, or like, what is it, day 1 or day 2?
This is day 1, so I'm going by the matches that and the segments that are listed on day 1 right now, and
Okay.
then we'll talk about day 2.
Okay. So this is kind of a tough one for it being like a lower card, but I get it because the Miz and Mysterio are veterans. They've been champions, and so they're trying to push younger talent like Ray's son, and they're bringing in more celebrities now. So I don't know, because Bad Bunny did pretty good, and I've heard some things like on YouTube and all that stuff that Logan Paul has like progressed so much with the Miz teaching him, and so we're gonna get a good match. Don't get me wrong, we're gonna get a good match. I just feel like they're gonna give it to Ray and Dominic, in my opinion.
Okay, and Kay, before you want
The
to,
reason
go for Steven.
I don't know, just really quick. I just want to say the reason why is because, like I said before with Bianca, they're trying to build their younger talent. So that's just my opinion.
Nice, understandable. Okay, if you want to answer this question by Mr. Santana, he says, "Hello, Chris. Will the Shockmaster be Seth Rollins' mystery opponent?"
No, that's Amin. He's one of our program managers at my work. So hello, Amin. The Shockmaster. No, although that would be hilarious. I would die. No, I think what's the rumors right now? I think it's Cody or the Fiend. So I think my friends were talking about it in our little chat. They're like, "What if the Fiend shows up and they just like surprise everybody?" They're just like, "Psych! We thought we told you, like we made y'all think we got rid of him, and then we didn't." But I think it might be Cody.
Right. All right. So give us your prediction on Mysterios versus Miz and Paul.
For that, for sure, Mysterios and man, dude, the Mysterios been getting jobbed out so hard, bro, for like the longest time. I think this is their moment. Like, I'm gonna be honest, Logan Paul. Like, I think the whole thing of just bringing him in, like, I get what they were trying to do because they're like trying to appease like a younger crowd. So I get that move, but I think this is where they finally stopped kind of screwing them over and they gave them a dub. Because like every time you watch Dominic too, like I know he's like developing and learning, but like he's getting better. He's gotten better for sure since from when he first came in. So I'm gonna say the Mysterios in this one.
Nice. And then he has one more thing after he said Mysterios will win for sure. He adds on Miz and Logan will have a lot of heat. I mean, I agree they'll have a lot of heat, but I also, here's the issue we have right now. They don't really let celebrities job out. Like, celebrities don't usually take the fall. I mean, I still remember Kevin Fairline pinning John Cena. It was a Monday Night Raw, but the celebrities usually win. So I'm gonna have to go with Miz and Logan on this one. They'll definitely get the heat. Mysterio got his win over the Miz, and we're talking about getting buried. Miz hasn't won a pay-per-view match since he returned, right? Since John Morrison got fired. With Edge and Beth Phoenix, Rey Mysterio, he needs to win more than anything. So, other than that, I mean, I got nothing more to say about that match. And they will be promoting NFT during the match. That is absolutely right. When Logan Paul jumps off the top rope and does who knows what, they will definitely turn that into NFT right away.
$50, $100 for this NFT, and you can own Logan Paul before he dies.
Look what I can do.
Lord.
All right, and so
look what I do, Mom. Look what I do.
All right, and the third match the next match that we're going to talk about real quick, and we can make this as short as possible if y'all want. And I'll kick things off. It's the Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin match with Madcap Moss on the side. Drew McIntyre wins. I'm not going to talk anymore about that. This has been a bad storyline. It's not been good. I mean, it had maybe some momentum at day 1, but after that,
I mean, that mustache is sick.
I mean, yes, I think we should all be jealous of his mustache, but then again, he can't grow any hair on top anymore. So,
cute.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Steven, what is your prediction for this match?
Hands down, it's going to be Drew. Like, I don't see the point why they did this storyline. First off, I think I might be confused, but it wasn't Madcap Moss that threw Big E, right?
No, that's Rich Holland.
Okay.
We'll talk
'Cause
about
they
him
kind of
later.
look the same. They kind of look the same.
But you probably not
No,
wrong
but
there.
no, but for sure, Drew. Like hands down, it's not even a question.
All right, and Kay, yourself?
No, I'm right there with you, brother Drew. I have nothing more to say. This is just one of those like filler matches. It's either going to be super dead with the crowd, or the crowd's going to be really into it because it's going to be funny as shit. That's just how I feel.
This is a SmackDown TV show match. It shouldn't be on WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre deserves better.
Yeah,
Especially what he's been going through as WWE champion in the pandemic.
Mhm.
Last year losing to Lashley, he deserves better than this.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He does. But this is his way of getting a paycheck, a good paycheck. So.
And I want to say this too. Don't get me wrong. I think Corbin's one of the best heels out there. I think
Oh, yeah.
character-wise, he knows how to make you hate him. Absolutely. But this Happy Corbin thing with the stupid jokes from Moss, that ain't it, man. That ain't it.
They're appealing to there's a demographic they're going for. So it's
True.
cool.
All right. Well, let me know, okay, if you think this match is cool. It's for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. The Usos, the longest reigning SmackDown Tag Team champions of all time. You know, it's what, like 5 years, versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogz. Okay, what are your thoughts on this match?
Right on. Yeah. So God, you know, I freaking hate the Usos. I don't hate them. Let me say, they're talented and they know how. Same thing. They're good heels right now. They've always been good heels. I'm just so over the bloodline shit. Even though, like, I'm over it because they've made me dislike them so much and how in control they are. So, and I hate how much they're just always constantly just like winning. I want Nakamura and Boogz to win just because I think I like the dynamic of this like very weird team that shouldn't work, but actually works really, really well. Like it's such a goofy dynamic that I would like to see them have like a little title reign. I don't think it'll last long, but I think it'll be cool to see because they definitely are fun to watch. They're just really funny. They're a cool, interesting new team. I mean, is it like hype levels of RK Bro? No, but you know, why not? But I wouldn't be surprised again. WWE creative being who they are, just being like, nope, we're keeping the bloodline, or we're making sure they keep the belts. But I'm gonna pick Shinsuke and Rick Bugenhagen, if you really remember him when he was in his NXT days. That's a deep cut right there, brother.
Nah, man, this is Freddie Mercury now, okay? That's the gimmick, all right? Steven, what is your thoughts on this match?
Oh man, I agree with Kay to an extent because like it's a team, they're bedfellows. Like it was like The Rock and Mankind, who you wouldn't expect, The Rock and Sock Connection, that you wouldn't expect to be a tag team, but it works. Like RK Bro, like Kane and RVD. So like I don't know. Well, it's gonna be interesting, but I'm gonna say it's gonna be Rick Boogz. I'm calling this right now. It's gonna be Rick Boogz pinning I was gonna say Happy Corbin. Pinning one of the Usos.
Damn.
Yeah, so like it's gonna be Rick Boogz pinning one of the Usos. That's how I see it ending. So he can get his like 15 minutes of fame, and then they're gonna celebrate in the ring.
All right, so I'm gonna be completely different. And then on this one, I'm gonna go Usos retaining this one. I don't see them dropping the titles anytime soon. There's not really a tag team. I personally think that the tag titles, both Raw and SmackDown, should be unified. I think that at that point we just need one set of tag team to be representative of the tag titles, and that's it. Otherwise, Nakamura and Boogz, I mean, they're nice, but like they did those Toyota commercials, right? That's cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's really nothing more for them other than a possible comedy act. And right now, Roman Reigns controls the creative for the Bloodline. So I don't see them dropping the titles to them. If they're going to drop them to anybody, RK Bro, they get drafted to SmackDown, or New Day, because New Day always gets title shots.
Well, I'll say this. I think if the idea is that Roman's going to drop to Brock, which again I'm getting ahead. This is jumping ahead a little bit. And I apologize. Don't be surprised if they drop, but then they could retain. But either way, if like I said, if Nakamura and Boogz do win, it's a very, very, very short run. Kind of like what Leon's saying, like Nakamura is like very much on the mid card, and it does suck because Nakamura is so talented. I mean, this dude is literally the king of strong style. Like you watch his New Japan stuff, and it's just nuts. But for where it's at in the comedy aspect, like it won't be a long run, maybe a week or two or a couple weeks at most. But the Usos, if they don't retain, they're gonna get it back really, really fast because that's just what it is.
True, and I mean, Usos have, but and the one thing that stuck it more that I think Usos are winning, they just lost to RK Bro last night. They just lost again, and they lost the single matches to Boogz and Nakamura the last 2 weeks. So they have no momentum going into it. So that means most likely they might win. Now, who knows? Vince might just swerve us and say, you know what? Let's give it to Nakamura and Boogz. Cool. Whatever. At the end of the day, I think for the long run, Usos winning and keeping his house is probably better. Again, I think they should just unify the titles. Get that over with. We don't need 2 tag champions. A unification title match of RK Bro versus Usos, even though we've seen it twice already, would be fucking more badass than, no offense to this match. All right, next match. And you were just talking about
it. I agree.
Next match, you're just talking about them. We got the New Day, King Woods and Kofi Kingston versus Ridge Holland, a.k.a. Mr. Break Your Neck, and Sheamus alongside with Butch. Butch is at ringside. Okay, I'm going to let you kick this one off. What are your thoughts on this match?
Oh my god! All right, first of all, I'm gonna say, how dare they disrespect Pete Dunne like that, man? The fucking bruiserweight is now just a London gimmick. Ugh.
Who's this Pete Dunne you speak of? Who's this man you speak of?
Yeah, who's Pete Dunne? Yeah. Sorry.
It's like people
original gimmick.
It's like people who are asking, "Where's Walter?" I don't know who the fuck Walter is.
Oh, jeez, yeah. Okay, on this one. I'm going to give it to New Day. New Day usually always takes it home. And this is, I'm going to be honest, this is one of those kind of matches, too, that it's just like, it doesn't need to be on Mania. It's just a time filler. Yeah, I'm kind of like how we were with Corbin and Drew. I'm just going to say New Day, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
Okay, New Day. All right. Steven, what are your thoughts on this match?
Like you said, it's gonna be the New Day, no doubt about it. Now, like we've said numerous times before with these matches, how they like swerve us and they do it behind and be like, "Oh, we'll change it at the last minute," and be like, and then they'll get real heat. So I don't know. It's like 50-50 for me. No, it's more like 55-45.
I mean, regardless of who wins this match, the other team's probably going to get the rematch on SmackDown and win that match.
Yeah.
So your 50-50 booking's right.
Yeah. So with that being said, I think it's just going to be Kingston and
King Woods.
What's his name? King Woods. Sorry, I was going to call him Apollo Crews.
Oh my God.
That's how much I keep up with the
one has hair, the other one does not.
That was so hurtful.
So bad.
It was so bad.
That's okay. That's what Bullet Bean is what it's all about. I mean, it would have been a lot worse with Jessica here, trust me.
Send it out in post.
Right? Too bad we're live, brother.
Oh, damn it.
No, so my thoughts on this match. It was supposed to be originally a 6-man tag. It was supposed to involve all of New Day before, unfortunately, he broke his C1 and C6. And then now it's a tag team match. Thankfully, they're still on the card. I'm gonna give it to Sheamus and Rich Holland. I think they're pushing that faction. They're pushing them really hard, making them trying to be a big threat, possible future tag title contenders. Who knows? Another thing too, and I don't know if y'all know this, the New Day as a group have never won a match at WrestleMania. Whether it's a tag or 6-man tag match, they have never won a match together. They've been there in the corner of the other when they win, like, Kofi Mania and all that stuff, but together they have never won the match.
Including
that's a good point.
Including that infamous ugly match that should never be talked about, that Sheamus, Wade Barrett, Rusev, Alberto Del Rio faction that they lost to at 32. Yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna go with the Sheamus group. Vince has always had a soft spot for Sheamus, and he's got his own faction now. Other than that League of Nations crap, but I'm gonna go with them on this one. Now I'm gonna say right now, if E somehow shows up to Dallas, even neck brace and all, and he's at ringside to be there with his boys, I'm changing my pick at the arena on the spot. But otherwise, right now, I'm gonna go with Sheamus and his guys.
I'm gonna text you if it happens. I'm gonna be like, "Oh, so you're changing your channel? You're changing it now?"
Absolutely. Hey, you ain't bringing a man with a broken neck all the way to Dallas just so his boys will lose. All right, this is not Kofi.
You ain't Kurt Angle.
Ooh,
no one's Kurt Angle, man. Nobody's Kurt Angle. Put some respect on that man's name. All right. Speaking of possible damages here, this match just got added on Monday. It is the big man, Omos, taking on the former 2-time WWE champion, the almighty Bobby Lashley. Steven, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
It's basically, bro, it's just a filler, honestly. Like we said before, like with these matches, like it doesn't need to be on there. This is, if it was like normal, like WrestleMania before the pandemic, where they were just like, oh, WrestleMania pre-show and what have you not. It's one of those matches. Like it doesn't need to be part of day one. Like it doesn't need to be a match at all. I get what they're trying to do, but like I feel like people are gonna be a little like turned off by the match. So I'm just gonna say it's gonna be. You guys are gonna be surprised, but I think it's gonna be Omos.
Okay. Okay. What are your thoughts?
No, I mean honestly, I have to agree. It's gonna be a squash match, and I kind of agree. I think they're gonna give it to Omos, which I get why they're trying to push him, but like I think he was way better as a secondary, like being like the backup, like the bodyguard to AJ Styles, like that worked, right? Like he was just big, he was just brooding character. He's sloppy, but like he got the job done, right? Like so when that was a gimmick, it was cool, and so like it just made you hate like AJ Styles and him because it's like, oh, you're just bringing your big old bodyguard to just do stupid crap, and then that's how you're gonna win. Like, but like it added to like the whole little dynamic, right? But like him as like a singles, like I don't get behind it. So yeah, and I agree. Lashley does deserve better than this, especially for somebody who was just recently the WWE champion and dropped to Brock. He shouldn't be doing a squash match, which is probably this is going to be. But it is what it is. I don't think it's going to be a long match either. For sure, it's not.
No, I tend to agree with y'all. Omos with the win. He's getting the push. He's getting the rub right now. Lashley does it better. I mean, he's in it only because he's the most credible to challenge Omos, I guess, right? Because of his size and his accomplishments. But yeah, he had his WrestleMania moment last year when he beat Drew. But weird swerve. Because I know they're doing the Great Khali push on Omos right now. But imagine, because he's not a great talker. He's like Ronda. He mumbles and he speaks too fast sometimes on his promos. What if MVP betrays Lashley? Like, and he joins Omos. So y'all think that's possible?
Ooh.
And now he's his mouthpiece. And now he could talk him up and make him.
I mean, Heyman did it. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't, but I feel like it'd be too soon because like Heyman just did it with like going from okay, Brock left the company and then he was like rolling with Roman and then he jumped back and then he jumped I think it'd be too close and similar to that I don't think they would do it, but I don't hold it against WWE Creative to not do that, because if they're pushing Omos and they know he's not that great on the mic, then give him a manager who is great on the mic. And same thing like with AJ Styles, right? Like he was just like the backup and AJ Styles was the talker and all that, but you give him somebody to be his voice and he just does all the work, then yeah, I can see where it becomes like a more viable thing.
All right. Steven, any more thoughts before we move
on? Just one. I agree with that. If it could work, because you remember back then the Giant Gonzalez, like he had a manager and he would talk for him, because like it's basically the same thing. It's like he was with AJ Styles. It was like Diesel and HBK, and then you have him being pushed like Giant Gonzalez at WrestleMania. So it's gonna be like kind of a squash, but the opposite direction, giving it to Omos. And so I'm just like, what are you guys doing? Like I know we're supposed to predict and make it fun, like with all these wrestling podcasts and all that stuff, but I mean, like we can't predict. Like it's like too skewed all over the place, and so that's just my thought.
All right, no, I totally understand, man. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next one. Now these final three parts are what I think are the real main events of night one. Now we're gonna go in the order that I think they're gonna go by. So to kick things off, Seth Rollins versus the mystery man, Vince McMahon's puppet, whoever that is supposed to be. There's actually a Twitter handle named Vacant who is accepting the challenge of Seth Rollins, and he has the exact picture of the, whatever the mannequin is right there, and he's accepted Seth Rollins' challenge. But otherwise, Kay, I'll start with you. Who do you think is Seth Rollins' opponent after this crazy, weird storyline of him trying to get himself on the WrestleMania card? Who's the opponent and who's going to win?
Okay. I know I mentioned it earlier when I was answering a men's question. I think it's going to be Cody, because Cody's been real quiet, like on social medias and stuff. I mean, like not really giving locations or what he's doing or anything like that. I mean, like, he might send a tweet here or there, like in response to something, or somebody like a direct response. But like, I really want to say it's Cody. And I think he's going to show up, and I think he's going to win, because then that starts the storyline of Cody and Seth, and it'll be like, well, I'm the guy who was here. I stayed here. I never left. I'm the like, the dude, the guy, and you're just I just read Liam's comment, and it's gonna be they just bring up
Liam, for those who are listening and not watching this, Liam says Shane McMahon is being brought into WrestleMania. Please, God, no.
Oh my God, what's Shane doing here?
By
God, what's Shane doing in the Impact Zone? I want to say it's Cody, because then you can create a cool storyline there of the guy who left, abandoned, right, the promotion, and now he's coming back, and so now like the smear campaign of making Cody look like the bad guy and I'm the good guy for never leaving, right? Like I can see them doing something like that. So I want to say it's Cody, and Cody wins.
All right, Steven?
Bear with me, I have three, so I'm gonna go through them really fast. So like you guys said, it could be Cody, because he plays a really good heel. He did pretty good in AEW, but we don't speak about that company. No, I'm just kidding.
AEW.
It could be Cody. I know, right? No, it could be Cody for the reason that he's done better by himself on the mic, and he's better as a heel. And so it would make sense for him to be a heel and then Seth Rollins be the baby face, because that would just like be another great like storyline, leading into all these pay-per-views and all this stuff. And so that's why I think it might be Cody. 2, it could be, this is side by side as one. So Finn Balor, or it could be The Fiend.
The United
those two
States
together.
champion or the man who doesn't have the job. Interesting.
Because remember, Seth, did they give it to Seth Rollins, the Universal title, after Finn
Kevin
Balor
Owens.
won it after he was injured?
No, Kevin Owens won in that Fatal 4-Way that Triple H screwed him.
Oh, Kevin Owens. Oh, yeah, that's right. So they both basically got screwed. Okay, so now I'm leaning more towards The Fiend. So, okay, so it's Cody, The Fiend, or it could be, this is like by a long shot, but it could be, I want to say, because they always have a legend come back. And so they already, I know they already have Stone Cold, but I feel like it's going to be like a legend where that's going to be that huge pop.
Owen Hart.
Oh,
From the grave.
God.
The ghost of Owen Hart.
Oh, that was a dirtbag move. I'm so sorry.
Oh. It's okay, Eddie.
So
It's okay. It's okay. He didn't mean it. He didn't mean it.
Deep cut. Sorry.
No. It's Chavo Guerrero.
Right.
Too
No,
soon.
but I feel like it's going to be this is by a long shot, but The Rock, because he could come back, and he's going to he could face Roman Reigns coming back next year at Hollywood.
I don't think he's filming anything right now, right? Like I don't know if he has a movie. Like
Nah. If you watch his social medias, he's been at home or in Hawaii.
It'd be weird if he came back right now.
Yeah, but I could totally see them bringing back The Rock. Not to cut you off, Steven. I'm sorry. Just to add on what you said, but like, it's not out of the realm of bringing him back to take the belt away from, making it a family thing. Like, oh, you're talking about you're the head of the table, motherfucker. There was no table. There is no table if it weren't for me. Like the great one. Like, yeah, you're the big dog. This is your yard. I'm the great one. Like, but anyways, that's for another podcast.
So yeah, that's just my main three.
All right. So, on this one, I'll agree with you, Kay. I'm gonna go with Cody as the guy and Cody as the winner. Now, I'll make it as simple as that, right? Now, Steven, I agree that Cody would be a fantastic heel instead of turning face, but I think for that first night, I don't think they'll let it. I think Cody will be the face, then Seth is the heel, and then you can do the Raw after Mania, do a double turn, and then make it, as you said, make it a bigger deal. Seth's like, I've been here, this is my place, shit like that, because Cody's gonna get the big pop at WrestleMania, regardless if he's a face or a heel. So I think they'd rather keep him as a face. Quick question. What song do you think he's going to come out to? Do y'all think Smoke and Mirrors, his Stardust theme song, or Kingdom?
Kingdom. I think they'll make an effort or they can give him a new theme. I don't know.
Yeah, they could give him a new theme.
Well,
I hate that from
Hardy's. I think Tony Khan, I think he bought the rights to the Hardy Boys theme, right?
Right, because it wasn't WWE owned. That's why
version, right?
Yeah, it was. They didn't own it. That was from another.
Okay. No, because
Down Street. That's Dolph Ziggler's band too. That's for his song.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm pretty sure Tony Khan would have been. With as cool as they are and everything, I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, hey, if you want to take your theme, take it with you.
He doesn't own it, so. Just the same way, like cult of personality, like as long as Vince decides to shell out the money, Kingdom will be the one that can come out to.
I'm so sorry. Which shout out to Tony Khan for dropping money on like theme songs for everybody, bro. He's just like, we're bringing it in. It's fine. Hey, CM Punk, you want your old AFI theme from when you were in ROH? I got you, brother. Yeah, no worries. Oh, hey, Jungle Boy, you want Tarzan Boy, your old theme from the Indies? I got you. You're welcome. Like, dude, Yeah, or like even Ruby Riot, Ruby Soho.
Hey man, that's a
paid for the rights
Jaguars
for
money. How dare
Rancid.
you? That's a
Bro,
Jaguar. That's a
just
Jacksonville
dropping bills,
Jaguars
dude.
money.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Daddy Khan got that money.
Shad Khan. All right, so let's move on from that one. The match that should close out Mania, but probably won't close it out. It will be for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair, the champion, defending against Ronda Rousey. Steven, I'll start with you, man. What are your thoughts on this match?
It's 50-50 for me. It could go either way because there is nobody, and I say this, and I'll die on the hill for this. Nobody compares to Charlotte Flair athletically, on the mic, or being a heel or a face. So it could go either way because Ronda Rousey can come back and she'll win a title at WrestleMania, but I don't know because this is hard. Like I'm on the fence. I'll say Charlotte Flair, but I'd have to see the match in order for me to at WrestleMania or anywhere in general just to see like how it goes. I'll probably change my opinion, but I'm sticking with Charlotte Flair right now.
Now, okay, they didn't bring in Ronda to possibly job out. They brought her in to be a main attraction to probably carry the title again, like she did originally back 3 years ago or 4 years ago. So, are you agreeing with Steven that she will lose to Charlotte Flair, or do you see a new champion?
I disagree. I think Charlotte will drop to Ronda. And Ronda will start a new reign because she had her kid, she took time off, probably worked on her mental health. And so she's definitely in a new spot to definitely come in and be the face. And I can see it going down like that. And then for us too, controversial here, right? This is my take. Charlotte drops, leaves, goes to AEW.
What? Yo, whoa.
Joins Andrade, and they do the husband and wife duo of just disrespecting that roster.
First of all, Ty
Can I have
Conti
that in writing?
Ty Conti and Sammy Guevara got the disrespect already. Anyways,
bro,
disrespecting
each other. I saw that post.
They were disrespecting the TNT title. Bro, that's a crazy take. You think she's gonna? Yeah, you think she's gonna go straight to AEW? Fuck WWE.
She'll drop, and then she'll probably pay some penalty fees or something, and just be like,
bro, that'd be
at least maybe within a week. But I don't know. It's a hot take. I'll probably
that
wrong,
was that was
drop.
in the back of my mind. That was in the back of my mind, what you said, because I'm like, she's getting tired because there's nobody to take the mantle because she's at the top, Charlotte Flair. So I could see her joining her husband and going to AEW, and talking hella smack.
The only person I saw really who could, and it sucks because she is the all around complete package. She can wrestle. She's good on the mic. She's a great heel. She can be a decent face. But the problem is like a good example here. Alexa Bliss, amazing on the mic, great on the mic, great heel. But the size difference, it's just never gonna work. I hit you with a roll up and then I win, right?
The ultimate finisher.
Yeah. And then Becky, great on the mic, but can compete, but still the size difference, they're always gonna put her over. And then I think a good mix for her size as a wrestler and on the mic was Sasha. Not as good on the mic as the others, but still decent enough and can back it up with great wrestling. But still, like Steven says, Charlotte's she's a different kind of beast, man. And so I really think, I hate to say it, but man, I would fucking love to see Charlotte and oh my God, why am I forgetting her name? You know who I'm talking about.
Baker.
Britt Baker. Bro,
That'd be
The
a
skill,
match.
the charisma, the skill on the mic, bro, the promo, like, bro, that would be the hardest feud and storyline.
Women's wrestling.
I know. Thunder Rosa is a champ right now,
Yeah.
and Britt's probably taking some time off. But or would it be maybe it's a thing where when Britt comes back, Charlotte goes over.
God, that'd be insane.
Hot take, brother.
That would be insane. I can't. I personally can't see Charlotte leaving anytime soon.
Not yet. She's getting paid.
Yeah, she's getting the money, and she's the face of the women's division. Honestly, like it's tough to see. Like now, of course, it's her and Becky, and they can't even stand each other supposedly, right? Interesting take. So I'm going to actually agree with Steven. I think Charlotte retains the title. I don't know if Ronda's been great on the mic to carry the division. She's not even mid. She is almost bad. Like she's not good on the mic. She's like all like giggly smile because they told her to.
The ring rust
just like she just rambles, bro. And yeah, I don't know. And then here's another thing I have on top of it. We mentioned Alexa Bliss, but we're not talking about the other possible women coming back soon. Bailey coming back from ACL tear, Asuka. That those are potential matchups. Now, I would want Asuka to come back heel and face Bianca, and then I would want Bailey to come back as a face, get that big pop, and then face Charlotte and be the one to dethrone her. But I can't see Ronda, man. She's not. It might be that she's not having fun. If she's already gotten annoyed with the fans who critique her, I don't know what it is. I don't feel it for her. I do not. But that's the women's title match right there. I don't even know why both women's title matches are on Saturday night, but it is what it is. And so we're gonna talk real quick about supposedly the main event of Saturday night. That is the KO show featuring Stone Cold Steve Austin. Okay. Kick it off with you. What are your thoughts? Is this going to turn into a match, or is this going to be a Stone Cold beatdown?
I think, well, dude, 19 years of ring rust, brother, and he's in his 50s, right? Late 50s.
57, something like that.
Yeah. It's Kevin is definitely going to carry a lot of it, I think. Like, maybe not. I think it's going to be like a 60-40. Like, Kevin's going to carry a lot of it, and Stone Cold's going to do as much as he possibly can. But I'm going to say it, man. Yeah, you're bringing the legend back, and he's going to put up a good fight. It's 50-50, but if things go the way they usually do when it comes to like a legend coming back and the younger guy, the legend usually puts the younger guy over. I could see KO winning, but being that it's in Dallas, we're in Texas, he's talking all this shit. I could see Stone Cold, taking this one home, showing him what's up. That's how I feel. Yeah.
All right.
Not the craziest take like the last one, but yeah, it's either Stone Cold puts KO over because that's just the thing to do. And then, this allows Stone Cold to kind of go out on his own terms, like he had kind of mentioned. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Or it could be, definitely KO does him the opposite, where it's like, nah, dude, like I want you to go out on your own, but on top. And that's why I've been saying all this disrespectful shit. So lay it on me.
It would definitely be insane if to see KO walk out on top out of WrestleMania. You end Saturday night with KO hitting the stunner and Stone Cold lay down his back. That would be insane. Steven, your thoughts on the segment / possible match?
So it's gonna turn into like an interview, and it's gonna turn into a match. That's how I see it going. It's like how it was with John Cena and The Undertaker, how they brought out a ref.
Okay.
And so it's gonna happen like that. It's gonna turn into interview, match, and then like you said, okay, it's gonna be Kevin Owens basically carrying because 10 years. But who knows? Stone Cold could have been fooling us this whole time and been practicing for like a year and a half. Because he
they
has
do say
been
he's in
doing
ring
his
shape.
Yeah, so he's been doing his show and he's been doing all this crazy stuff on like I think it was USA Network.
Right.
And so like during that time, because it's pre-filmed already, he could have been getting in ring shape. So we don't know. So I would love to see a great match, but being that he's been out 10 years, I don't know,
Almost
because
20. 19,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. So like it's gonna 20 years out, yeah. So it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be The Rock and John Cena. So it's gonna be Stone Cold winning, and then Backlash comes, and then he's gonna like retire him at Backlash.
Okay.
That'd be interesting. Interesting.
Okay. All right.
I think it will stay a segment, and I think it'll be like a good 15-minute promo, good back and forth, and then KO will start whooping that ass, and Stone Cold's gonna make the heroic come back and then just take him out with a stunner. And then hell, he might take him out with 2 or 3 stunners just for the fun of it. Pour some beer on him, toss it to the fans, and that's how we end the night, because I don't see Stone Cold coming back. I mean, that neck is just bad. Owen dropped him hard, and he was never the same. That he can do the more traditional wrestling style matches. He was more of the kicks and fists guy after that, and he's not going to get better after 19 years of not wrestling, right? So I see it as just going to keep it as a promo. They're going to close it out, and he just hits a few stunners, and we're all going to have a good fucking night. And then they're going to say, well, Stone Cold has paid for everyone's beer, so you can go on ahead and get some free beer, everybody.
Get that what is it? That Stone, was it Broken Skull Lager, his new one they just released?
I think I tried his old
IPA?
one. I was not a fan. I need to try it again, though.
IPAs they're different. I like it. It's good. So this one should be more your style. It's just a normal lager. There's no bitterness or hoppiness.
Maybe we can get that on the next episode of Blues and Brews.
Oh God, deep cut. Deep
No.
cut. Deep cut.
And for those who don't know, if y'all remember the early episodes, we had great producer Mehmet on, and he was part of the podcast known as Horns of the Rose. Hopefully they return soon. But Kay, his brother here, is one of the co-hosts of the Horns of the Rose, and one of the funniest podcasts you'll ever hear, honestly. Just 4 guys in a room having a fucking good old laugh, and guys, check them out. They're fucking fantastic. They haven't made one in a while. Hopefully they will soon, but they are fucking fantastic. Check out their old shit. That Paul going into that room, that sex orgy, and it was dark, and then that was just fucking weird.
Yeah.
That was so
weird. Oh yeah, that party he went to? Yeah, that was weird.
But you'll hear a lot of crazy shit on there, and even some Bumble stories, people. So, all right, let's go on to the next match. This match was officially made on Sunday, guys. And let me know your thoughts on this one. This is Will Smith taking on Chris Rock in the battle of Can I Make Fun of Jada match.
Fuck. I think that one already won, dude. That one was already determined, bro.
I saw a meme. Look, I saw a meme when Chris Rock did the longest yard, and it was like, "You see that? He ran like a bitch, right? You see, he ran like a bitch."
It's Bruce's time, baby.
Bro.
Bruce's time to shine.
All right, I'm just kidding, guys. We don't need to talk about that. We do not need to talk.
Now that's a deep cut.
God, that's great.
We don't need to talk about that. All right, so kicking off Sunday.
So funny. I'll just say shit.
Oh man. So what I think will start off Sunday will actually be a better match than that one. A little more of a slap fest.
There we go.
We got the Raw Tag Team title match. RK Bro, the champions, against Alpha Academy and the Street Profits. Steven, start with you. Another triple threat Raw Tag Team title match. This time it's Profits instead of Seth KO. Who do you think is winning this match? And are we going to see brand new Raw Tag Team champions?
I believe the new Raw Tag Team champions, or going to stay. So I see. I don't know because I'm sticking with like this idea like they're trying to push the younger talent. That's like they're trying to build off of that. And so I want to say Street Profits, but I also want to say that RK Bro retain. Now, if they don't retain and they lose to Street Profits by the Street Profits pinning them, or whoever pins them, if they lose in general, RK Bro, that's going to be the end of RK Bro. Like at WrestleMania. That would be a great way to end like the tag team so they can go on to single stuff. Because we all know that Ric Flair, like, spoiler alert, Randy Orton was going to break his record.
Right. And he still could.
So, yeah, he still could, possibly could. So I just see the Street Profits winning and pinning either Randy Orton or Matt Riddle.
Interesting. Kay, your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna be honest. I would love to see this. I actually enjoy the Street Profits. I enjoy the shit out of Street Profits, and I think they're great. I think they're talented. They're great on the mic. They know how to cut promos. They're fun. It's like, I don't want to say it's New Day 2.0. But it's definitely fun in that aspect. So I would love to see them win, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna keep the Arcade Bro train rolling because that's also fun to watch too. I'd have to disagree and say that I don't think they're gonna, if they lose at Mania, they're gonna drop or whatever. Although I wouldn't be surprised if they try doing the Matt Riddle heel turn like they always do.
You think Riddle will turn heel?
Yeah, I think they would. I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually tried doing that. Like it'll be like Riddle took so long to get Randy to like be his bro and like legit like be about the tag team and like put his whole thing into it, that like they just decide like, you know what, all right, this is where Matt just goes heel on him and turns on him. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they try pulling that shit. But I think they'll retain because it is fun to watch Randy and Matt. Like it's a duo you think that wouldn't work, but they make it work really, really well. And the fact that like you see this like kind of newer side of Randy is really fun. Kind of the way we're seeing Cowboy Brock. Like it's just different. It's fun. It's something new. And I think they're going to roll with it. But if they were going to drop to anybody, I think it would be to Street Profits. But I don't think they will. So I'm going to say RK Bro.
Yeah, I almost want to disagree because of what happened with
Sorry.
the Academy or Profits.
Yeah. God, I can't stand them.
Hey man, Otis had to lose the hair and the beard apparently. I don't know why, but he did. And some say he never looked better, and I say he looked better when he was carrying Mandy Rose around. Already. He was carrying Mandy Rose around. That was when he was better. But that's just my opinion.
It was a fun storyline too, man.
It really was. Anybody want to comment on Liam's comments? And real quick, I mean, I didn't know if I should share it or not, but I was like, fuck it.
I heard that that Chris Rock was going to wait till August before he did anything to Will.
Oh my god, that's Oscar shit. It's never going to go away, and I'll embrace it. No, I agree with you.
It's Hollywood. They're going to be Hollywood.
Right. RK Bro is the more over tag team. I think of all the tag teams right now, including the Usos, they're the most fun. I don't think they need to be, end the tag team anytime soon. There's this thing that we've been having, like so many tag teams break up, whether it was like Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai, or it was Tucker betraying Otis, like we just mentioned a while ago. Miz betraying Morrison, shit like that. We have betrayals all the time. We need to have an established tag team. And Randy doesn't need a world title run right now. He can always get it anytime. Like he'll always be in position right there. But right now, the tag team division, they need some stars. And I like the Profits a lot. They can talk, and maybe they need a heel turn, but they're not the guys right now.
Yeah.
Alpha Academy, I love Chad Gable's swoosh thing. I mean, thank you.
He's like, I feel like he's just the new Kurt Angle. And that's how they're trying to establish him as, which is fine.
I'm not mad at that, to be honest.
No.
with you, because Kurt Angle ended up being fucking one of the most amazing characters out there.
Mhm.
I mean, besides his main event Mafia days. But I think RK Bro is the better team to stay as champs. I don't think the other two teams need it. I mean, if you recall, the Profits had the tag titles for like 300 plus days, like a few years ago, so they don't need it. So we can move on from that.
Cool.
The next one, I'll start it off. It is Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville. Sami is gonna win this match. I truly believe Sami Zayn will take all the abuse in the world from Johnny Knoxville and still somehow win this match, but he will not be the last man standing. I think Johnny Knoxville and the whole Jackass crew will show up and they'll be the last one standing happy while Sami's embarrassed, but he at least gets the win. Kay, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think the way they've been going about it, and it's just so goofy and dumb. But yeah, I think there's gonna be definitely some Jackass like stunts. Definitely in the match, and he's gonna work for that paycheck, but I think he's gonna come out on top. Yeah,
it's crazy, right? Because this was almost the Intercontinental title match, and now the Intercontinental title is not even on the card.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, this is the card. This is what it is. Steven, your thoughts on this match?
It's gonna be Sami, but I agree with Kay. They're gonna make him work. They're gonna make Sami work with Johnny Knoxville. Like I said, Jackass Crew is gonna be there because they had mentioned Steve-O had missed and a few others to go to. I think what was it? No, not SummerSlam.
Rumble.
Yeah, Rumble to join Johnny Knoxville because Preston and Wee Man were there.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, they're going to bring the whole Jackass Crew. They're going to make it with that giant hand thing and whatever. And so, it's going to go to Sami, but it's going to be, like, gags of Jackass. And
I don't want him to come out in that same stupid underwear, boxers outside, cape shit that he wore at the Rumble. I mean, if he does, please make it a 5-minute match. And, God, don't make us suffer through that. That'll be my restroom break, or that's gonna be my soda refill match, probably. Honestly, I know it's Cowboy Stadium, and the drinks are like $60, but I mean, and the lines will be super long. But I don't want to sit there and watch this match. Like, not this match. Like
I think you're right. That's exactly what it fucking is, dude. It's a bathroom break match. It's a refill match. It's a go get a fucking $20 hot dog match. I'll give you that.
It's a you've been here for 4 hours. Please go ahead and take that stretch. I mean, this match might happen right before the unification match. So
that's true.
So we'll see. But the match that I think that will go on between the two real main events of Sunday night, it's gonna be Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory.
That's gonna be a fire fucking match.
Then this one is low key. In my opinion, gonna be really good. I'll start it off again on this one. I think Pat McAfee is gonna have a great showing, like he's had against Adam Cole and in War Games. But it's Austin Theory, right? He's the guy that they're pushing. He's the guy that they say is Vince McMahon's guy, and you can't be Vince McMahon's guy and lose to the commentator. Like, you can't. So I'm going to go with Austin Theory as the winner of this match. Steven, your thoughts?
Yeah, it's going to be a great showing. Pat McAfee has put himself through a lot with that War Games and facing Undisputed Era with his homeboys, Pat McAfee's homeboys. And so it's going to be a good match. It's like Kay said, it's going to be pretty freaking lit. And so if that's what the kids are saying nowadays. But, yeah. They're trying to build up Austin Theory, and so I don't see why they wouldn't give him the win. And so, yeah, it's going to be Austin Theory, hands down. But it's going to be a great freaking show because Pat McAfee will go to the depths, bro. Like, honestly, he jumped off the cage in War Games. And so he will, like, do something spectacular.
Stupendous, even. Stupendous. It's going to be the most stupendous WrestleMania of all time, and it's going to be a most stupendous Pat McAfee. And, well, yeah, so it's It's gonna be good. Kay, what are your thoughts?
Your
favorite puncher in the world?
Yeah, 100% my favorite puncher in the whole world, the hula world. Yeah, no, man. I'm gonna say definitely. I think Austin definitely is gonna get put over. Because you're right. Good point. You can't be Vincent Kennedy McMahon's guy and be the guy that fucking loses. So, but yeah, no, I think they're gonna put on a great fucking match. Especially, dude, the dude has a ring in his shop, like in his warehouse, like or wherever where they do all their recording and stuff, like their home base. Like he just has a ring there, so you know he's definitely training. He has no ring rust. They're gonna put on an amazing fucking match. I think it's gonna be I think it might be the best match of the weekend. I'm calling it right now. Super hot take. Best match of the weekend. Yeah,
it could happen. It could happen.
I'm just saying,
that mania was Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles stole that show, in my opinion. I think it was WrestleMania 33.
Yeah,
that match stole the show, and I wasn't expecting it to be. I was expecting it to be ass, and that's stole it. You're right.
No, I think this is gonna be the match of the weekend. But I also think beyond it, it's gonna set up. It's already been setting up the feud between him and Theory, because he's coming in and he's throwing around his weight as being McMahon's guy and making him do all this shit. So I think what's gonna happen is Pat's gonna put him over, right? Theory's gonna come out on top. And then there's going to be that constant banter and shit talking of like, well, hey, you can't beat me. I'm the best. You suck. Like blah, 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 right? Just that constant back and forth that we're going to see. I think we're going to see more of Pat in the ring, and we'll probably get another match at some other point, probably SummerSlam or something else, or maybe before then. But definitely, I think this is the setup for what could be a year-long feud, or at least a decent one, right? Where it'll be a back and forth. Like I can see this going as like it could potentially be a three-way, or not a three-way. What I mean is a trilogy. It could be that, you know, because. But that's just my opinion. So I'm gonna say Theory, but I'm perfectly okay if I'm wrong, because I would love to see Pat go over. I would love to see him go over. But yeah.
Hey, look, Michael Cole has a 1-0 record at WrestleMania. I think Pat McAfee could definitely tie that in his first try. So if Michael Cole can have a win, so can Pat McAfee. All right, going on to the next one. And I hate to say that people might think this is a bathroom break match. I don't, but I can see why they say it. It's the women's tag team title match. Queen Zelina, Carmella versus Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley versus Sasha Banks, Naomi versus Natalya, Shayna Baszler. Steven, your quick thoughts on this one. Steven, you're mute.
Sorry.
You're good, bud. You're good.
Quick take. I feel like it's gonna be right. I feel like it's gonna be either Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, or it's gonna be Naomi and Sasha Banks.
Okay. Kay, your thoughts on this match?
No, they're either gonna retain.
Oh,
they're either gonna retain or they'll drop to Sasha and Naomi. Look, don't get me wrong. Look, I'm a simp for Liv and for Rhea. That's just and my boy Leonard. My boy Leonard loves Rhea Ripley. He's all in on Rhea Ripley. I am too. Not as much as he is, but that's his girl, dog. So I know he would want Liv and Rhea to win, but yeah, I think it's gonna be one of those things where they retain or they drop it to Sasha to like give her the relevance again. But I mean, I don't want to speak any more on it, but yeah, this women's division is for tag team, man. They need something, because like when you compare it to I hate to be that guy and bring it up. But when you compare it to AEW's women tag team division, bro, like
I mean, there's not really much
it's
there
not
either.
great, but it's a little better. Like they definitely have better pairings, I think.
You
But
want to
that's
know
me.
who I think is the better women's tag team division? It's Impact Wrestling.
Mhm.
I think Impact
Actually,
Wrestling
no,
has the
you're
better
right. I
one.
take it back. You're absolutely right.
The Inspiration, formerly known as the Iconics,
Mhm.
all these other mixed tag teams they've made. I think Tennille Dashwood and I forgot her tag team partner's name. They're the current champions, but I think they're the better ones, personally, in my opinion, over the WWE and the NXT women's tag team divisions. That's been the whole shit show.
NXT women's tag team division, like
No sense.
3 years ago, was the best. The best. No holds bar, the best. But here we are.
They should have done what they said they're going to do. When the WWE women's tag team titles were made, they were supposed to be defended across all 4 brands: UK, NXT, SmackDown, Raw. Should have just kept it that way. We didn't need the NXT women's tag titles. That's garbage, honestly. And so, anywho, we should honestly be seeing a team like, well, if they were still a team, Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai, as the tag team champs or something like that. I'm gonna go with this match. I'm personally gonna say the champs retain, only because they haven't won a match during this whole build up to the feud.
They're gonna get their WrestleMania moment.
Yeah, and then they're promoting that. Well, are they still promoting that Carmella YouTube TV show with Corey?
Oh, the one, where they're being all nasty and shit. Yeah,
they're constant live sex celebration every week.
They're super high sex drive. We get it, you guys. Fuck.
So I think they're gonna
so crude, but that's what it is.
And I think Liv Morgan should get the WrestleMania rub. She's never had one. I mean, neither has Sasha, right? Sasha's winless at WrestleMania. But I think for whatever reason, they're going to go with the champs. They have no wins in this build-up. But we'll see. I personally, second choice would be Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley. I think Liv deserves it more. All right. Co-main events of Sunday night. This is going to be bonkers. This is going to be at least 20 minutes. And I'm going to love every minute of it. This is going to be
I don't even think they do that anymore. Stupid kids.
This is not the rated R Superstar Edge. This is the other side Edge versus the phenomenal Pitbull AJ Styles. Steven, your thoughts on this huge dream match taking place?
Yo, I've been waiting for this since they I knew this was gonna feud. And so I was just waiting for this to happen. Right when Edge stated, in an interview, I would love to go against AJ Styles. Yo, I was ready. So it's gonna be a great match. AJ Styles is a workhorse. He is a literal workhorse, and he will make you look good. And so because Edge, he's a little less mobile since he had that triple fusion neck surgery, and so I don't know. I feel like Edge, he's still good. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, he's less mobile than he was, and so when he faced Randy Orton at WrestleMania, it was just or Backlash, it was just
both.
Yeah, it was a great match. Don't get me wrong, it was a great match. But I mean, I feel like AJ Styles is going to carry both of them. And so I feel I don't know. I want Edge to win, but I feel like AJ is going to win.
So your official pick is?
AJ.
AJ wins. Okay. Kay, your thoughts on this dream match?
First of all, I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to come runner up to McAfee and Austin Theory. All rude. No, I think that match and this match are definitely probably going to be the best matches of the night, hands down. I'm going to say Edge is going to win because Edge is doing this whole new heel persona. He's putting in he goes out there and does the stupid blacklight thing, and he cuts the promo, and it's just this leering figure or whatever. Why spend the time developing that just for you to lose? You know what I mean? And what this is going to do is, I think, create the feud for through the year, give time for Edge to really establish even more. Even though he didn't need it, didn't take long. Like Edge is already hated again, like real fast.
Great heel, one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest.
Exactly. And even then, people still love him. Like this gave him time to develop this new persona, right? The other side Edge. And I think what we're gonna see is he's gonna win. It's gonna be a great match. But this is gonna set up a year-long feud to next Mania, and then that's when AJ gets the pin over him. Like that's future take. But
you're thinking this is a back-to-back Mania match.
Yeah.
Wow, that's giving a lot of credit to WWE on them doing a long-term story.
Well, I think they're it's gonna be built up throughout the year. Like they'll probably have a match here and there, and they'll probably do that stupid thing when no one wins, or you get a win, I get a win, but then it'll culminate again at Mania again, or like a next big pay-per-view. But like, no, man, I'm gonna say Edge is putting in so much work of this new this new persona he's doing that he's gonna go over. He's gonna win. It's definitely Edge.
Okay. I will tend to agree with you on that. I think Edge is getting all the momentum on this one as far as the character development. You don't give him a new theme song if you don't think he's going to be the guy to carry the Raw. Raw needs a strong heel right now. Don't mind you, Seth and KO, fantastic heels, but they haven't been the guys.
No.
And no disrespect to them. It's been Lashley the last year. Now he's a baby face. And you need someone strong, someone that could possibly carry the WWE title if they do keep them separate and then they don't actually unify them, or just to carry just the damn show in general. I mean, you need a strong guy to do that. Edge is that guy, and I'm glad he's a heel. I think he's much better off as a heel. The sympathetic babyface ran its course. We didn't need it anymore, and this was perfect. Him concertoing AJ style multiple times, loved it. Crazy persona, loved it. I mean, it's Edge. This is Edge, who we grew up watching, destroy, John Cena's life, punching his dad, having sex with Lita on the bed in the ring.
Oh yeah, I remember
that. busting up Ric Flair. His feuds with DX. Screwing over Taker, Batista, Jeff Hardy, blah blah blah. Whatever it is, like this is the guy, and he deserves to be it. AJ Styles, he's got nothing going on for him. Like no disrespect. AJ Styles is one of the greatest talented wrestlers of all time, possibly top 3 in my list. But he has nothing. If he wins, what does he win? Nothing.
Nothing. Like there's nothing. There's no developing story with him. I agree.
No, and he just came off the tag team with Omos, and then he had a short feud with Grayson Allen. Like there's nothing for him. Edge has all the momentum right now, and he needs to go over. Now, did they make a rematch at Backlash? Yes. I still think Edge wins that one, blah, blah. Now, I like your idea, okay. I like the idea that possibly they rematch next year. Hey, what a title on the line, that one. And then AJ wins that one. You make him big, because he's in his final years of his career. He's already early 40s. Not mind you, Edge's late 40s or early 50s.
Yeah.
But this is the best Edge possible. He needs the rub. And who knows what we'll see how it goes, but I'm liking this. Now let me ask you this: do you like that he lost his theme song? Do you like the other side song now?
Nah, I don't. I don't like it, but I get where they're going with it. Like, you know what I mean? They're establishing
band at least
a new character, and you had a really great take that like they're pushing him to probably be the guy that carries Raw. And to be the guy who's probably, if they don't unify the titles, to be the guy that carries the title, because they'll probably send Brock over to, because if, again, jumping ahead, if Roman retains, Brock's going to jump over and they're going to do that feud, right?
Oh, God, I don't think Edge should be getting German suplex by any.
No, exactly. No.
I love Brock, but no.
But like you just said right now, AJ hasn't really been doing anything. He was doing the whole him and almost thing. Now that's over, so AJ's not really doing anything. This is how you create relevance again for AJ and make him the other guy, right? You make him the face to carry the Raw brand against the heel of AJ Styles, of Edge, and then there you go, right? Then everything kind of builds around that. Like, yes, you have Edge like beat up some other people and win against some other people, but it's always coming back to AJ, wanting to get that win and get his revenge, his possible revenge over losing at Mania previously. So I think that's where they could go with it. If creative really wants to create something dynamic, I think that's future storytelling. That's what they should do, and I think it'd be compelling to give relevance to him again like that.
And you know what I'm thinking too? Like, let's say they do unify the titles, right? Let's say they unify the Universal and the WWE title, and there's only one title. It's on SmackDown. Blah blah blah. It's just not going to challenge another heel for it. I mean, he might, but it wouldn't be good storytelling, especially if you're trying to keep him as a heel. What if, since now that Edge is healed, now we could have more of those real dream matches? We could have them with, when Big E, when he's back, we could have him against Finn Balor for the United States title. We could have him against a Ricochet, even though Ricochet is being buried as an Intercontinental Champion. We could have a lot of fun things with Edge as a heel. And we want the mid-card titles to be relevant again. If you put the U.S. title on Edge, he will carry that bitch. Like, the title does not make the man makes the title. And he would own it and make the U.S. title relevant again, or at least one of the mid-card titles.
Right, or I would love to see if they do unify, I would love to see Edge carry the IC, bro. Because when I think about wrestling back in the day, it was always there's the World Heavyweight Championship, and then the second biggest title to me was the IC. If you held that one or the IC, you were the fucking guy. You were the dude.
The workhorse title. Yep.
Yes. You were the dude who was putting in the work. You were the face of the company if you had one or the other, right? And usually they gave the world heavyweight to literally the bigger dudes. So you're more, smaller guys. You're more not average looking, but you're again not your big 6'5" or 6'6", Scott Hall size, Hogan size guys. They were the ones defending the IC. They were the ones putting the IC. And even then, those guys were coming over and taking over the IC, and running with it and making it the relevant championship. So yeah, I think either the USA or the US championship or the IC, whichever one, you put that around Edge, make it relevant again, make him go and just not plow, but have these great matches with all these guys and establish his dominance as a super heel. And then you have AJ to be the main protagonist against him. I mean, not Edge, AJ Styles. Yeah, that would be sick, and I would love to see that. But
and AJ's always worked as better as a baby face. He is.
Yeah, I agree.
The guy. Whenever they make him a heel, it's fun and all, at first, but eventually just drags on. It's not as fun overall. But he's much better off as a babyface champion.
He's a better heel when he has a stable. So when he when he had the Good Brothers with him even when you think back to when he was in Bullet Club in New Japan, that's when having that mob of dudes around him made him seem scary. But when it's just him, it's okay. But you're right, absolutely, 100% as a face, he can carry being a face a whole lot more and then have more weight than just being a lone one-off heel.
Because how big was it when he turned face after the Shane McMahon feud, and then after the shitty reign that we had of Jinder Mahal, he goes out and beats him, and then he just has a year-long title reign, and nobody complained about it. I didn't hear one person complaining about him having the title for over a year. No, because you have a lot of people complaining, oh, well, this guy should win the title. This guy should drop the title already. I'm tired of him. But no one, I don't recall anybody complaining about AJ Styles. AJ Styles is always going to be a strong baby face, one of the best ones, whether he's in TNA, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Ring of Honor, WWE. Anywhere he goes, he'll be one of the top guys. All right. So let's move on to the main event. This will close out this episode. And it is the unification, the biggest WrestleMania match of all time, yada, yada, yada. It is Brock Lesnar, the WWE Champion, versus Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, head of the table, Universal Champion. Steven, who wins and why?
This is going to be a tough one. Oh, man. I'm not too sure on this one. I'm actually stumped on who's gonna win. Man, I feel like it's gonna be because Brock. I don't know why I yelled right there, but Brock is gonna. He's not gonna be in WWE any longer, so they're gonna have to give it to Roman. I feel like.
He is scheduled for WrestleMania Backlash. I do want to point that out.
No, yeah, but like for future plans and all that,
Okay.
like it's gonna be Roman Reigns winning. He's gonna I feel like they're gonna unify these titles, and they're gonna make Roman Reigns like Mount Rushmore-esque. So I'm like, it's like forced, but that's
You're not
what's
feeling
gonna
Roman
set up.
Reigns as a guy right now? Is that because it doesn't sound like you're feeling it?
It's just that like I was consistently watching when Roman like the Shield debuted and all that stuff ever since
Mhm.
then, and Roman wasn't much of like a talker, and so like now I see it where Paul Heyman helps him out, but now himself is better on the mic. I'm just
Right.
it was just forced, like in my opinion, like I'm gonna be really honest, it was just forced down our throats, like from 2015 to now, or like not now, but like 2020, 2019.
Before he turned heel, you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
And so like it's gonna happen. It's gonna be Roman. They're gonna unify the titles, and then it's gonna set up him and his cousin, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, at WrestleMania Hollywood.
Okay. Kay, your thoughts on this match? The greatest, stupendous match of all time?
That's a hot take. I like that. Well, fuck. So Roman's been the
Universal champion
for 576 days. I had to look it up. So
no, you're good. Almost 600. Yep.
yeah, so that's almost, damn near coming up on 2 years slowly. Not 2 years, but you definitely a year and a half.
By August he will be 2 years. If
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being 2 years. But man, I don't know. I love this whole new Brock thing. I love Cowboy Brock. And it's not even really a Cowboy Brock. It's just Brock Lesnar. This is who he really is. Like, I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch that
Pat McAfee interview.
Pat McAfee interview.
Oh, yeah.
Man, dude, that was like, what? Gonna go out.
What?
Like champion? What? Bro, like that was such a good interview, and it was cool seeing Brock basically say, like, man, I'm having fun. I'm getting to be me. Like, I'm all on board for this new Brock, and I want to see him win because Roman has done such a good, like, he finally gave us what we wanted for the longest time. Like, Roman, just turn heel, quit trying to be the face of the company by literally being a face. And he's done such a good job as being a heel that I think he now needs something to take him down a peg, finally, and then give him a reason. Again, let's say he loses, he'll probably get it back at Backlash or maybe, SummerSlam. But I think I'm going to say Brock wins, unifies it. So that way it gives Roman even more fuel to be that much more of an asshole. And I think that's how they'll end up going about it, at least storytelling wise, because right now people are loving the freaking hell out of Brock and this whole like almost throwback to like 90s wrestling with like the car flips and like the fucking like ripping shit off and destroying stuff like backstage,
pick sack
like
out.
the NWO.
Yeah, like this is like exactly. It's like almost NWO levels of shit or DX levels of crap. So I want to say Brock wins and unify, and then he's the unified champ. But then again, this is just continuing on their feud for a little longer, and then Roman eventually becomes champ again. But yeah, I'm gonna go Brock on this one, man.
So I've been torn too. I love head of the table, tribal chief Roman Reigns. I think his heel character has been one of the best ones in a long time to carry the WWE because we don't have many great heels anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But Cowboy Brock, I mean, that you talk about some cowboy shit. I'm sorry, Hangman Page, but no. Cowboy shit, Brock Lesnar got the whole shit. I mean, he don't need to be wearing no damn what are those things called they put on the legs, those pants?
Those chaps.
There you go. He don't need no chaps or spurs on his boots. He just fucking goes out there and whoops
Doesn't
that
need to come out on a horse. He doesn't need to do, which again is cool for Hangman Page, but like Brock doesn't need that shit. It's literally
Brock just feels authentic. Like it doesn't feel like a character. He just feels like it's just him coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I love this best version of him. Even Viking Brock, if you want to call him that. I'm gonna go Roman Reigns. Yeah. And the reason I'm going Roman Reigns is one major thing. They've booked Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar 3 times. He's never beaten him. The first one, Seth got involved, cashed in Money in the Bank, still heist of the century, still is. And then Brock bloodied the fuck out of him at WrestleMania 34. I mean, squashed. I mean, it was a squashed main event. It made no sense to book it like that. Roman Reigns is a new guy now. Roman Reigns is better in the ring. He looks physically better. No longer carries that ugly ass vest. He's got his own God mode. He's got his own God mode song. They've retired the Shield theme song for a minute. I mean, though I loved when Seth did it at the Rumble, by the way. I think for the long term, it's better for him. Now, Roman wins. Good, maybe 5 spears. It finally does it. Brock stays down. It's over. He rolls up the ring. He gets the lail. He gets the titles. He's celebrating. And at the end, The Rock comes out to close Mania and confront Roman Reigns and sets up WrestleMania Hollywood right away. Okay. And that's where you're like, what the fuck? Because they've done things like that before. At Money in the Bank, when John Cena came out, confronted Roman, and at SummerSlam when Brock confronted Roman. Now, if you have The Rock, who's been quiet, as y'all mentioned earlier,
he's been working out like crazy, bro.
Yes, he's in his 50s, but he doesn't have to be. He's not a high fighter or anything like that. But if he comes out at the end, confronts Roman, who thinks he's on top of the world now, and the real head of the table, the tribal chief of the Samoan dynasty, comes out,
the great one, the great one.
The People's Champ comes out and that's it. And that's how we close the show, baby. Let's go.
I think I'm gonna die. Like I'm literally gonna die in that moment, and then my brother's gonna be like, "Are you okay?"
Bro, your brother's not gonna be okay either. He won't be able to respond.
Oh
Nobody will.
Dude, I'm getting excited. Like I'm already gonna lose my shit when I hear the fucking glass shatter right for Stone Cold. But could you imagine, like, just hearing the bro? I will fucking melt. Like I will literally probably die. Oh my god. I remember how I felt when I heard Glorious at Survivor Series. I lost my mind.
That's how NXT TakeOver San Antonio.
Oh my god. Yeah, dude. Like that. They might do that. And if they did, I'd be perfectly okay with Brock losing if that's what happens. Fuck, that would be amazing.
I think that's how you end the show.
Yeah.
Both could happen.
I mean,
God, I'm getting so excited thinking about that. I gotta not.
If it doesn't happen, it's okay. I wasn't expecting originally, but I just brought it up because it could always happen, and you never know.
That's true.
That's the fun about matchmaking. You kind of like predict what could happen, and would elevate it and make it even better. If you had Rock and Cena build up a whole year-long feud from 27 to 28.
That's true.
You could definitely do 38 to 39. Rock gets inducted to the Hall of Fame next year at Hollywood, blah, blah, blah. And the next night he freaking goes up against, good old Roman or Joe, if for those who want to know his real name, Joe. And then, I mean, I'm not going to predict who would win that match. I'd probably say Roman. But
could you imagine the disrespect of The Rock being like Joe and just calling him by Joe and not Roman or whatever, like to take him down a peg?
I can see The Rock sunning Roman
Oh my god!
in all the promos. He could just sun him the whole time
Dude,
because
he just gives him. He just fucking hits him with the Will Smith.
and then walks out.
Man, out your mouth.
Keep my Samoan
Out your
dynasty
mouth.
name out of your mouth. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Any final takes, guys, before we head out?
Fuck. Final takes.
I just hope WrestleMania's fire. That's all.
Dude, I think it will be. I mean, there's going to be those filler matches, but I think it's going to be a fun weekend. It's going to be a good time. And you already know we have like a big group going, man. Like you're going, we're going, Jesse's going, the Gonzalez and Vasquez brothers, or the one Vasquez brother are going.
Really?
Well,
they're going to
Dallas. They're going to Dallas to watch UT and OU play for their they got a pregame series. But they're staying with us, so I mean, it's gonna be pretty much a boys' weekend, man. Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
And so
we're gonna run into
guys
each
are going
with my wife.
yeah, your poor wife is back home with the kids.
No, she'll be going with me. She's going with me. She's my plus one.
But no, man. I guess no. I mean, I don't have any more takes. I don't have any more thoughts, man. Other than just I'm looking forward to a fun freaking weekend of good wrestling, and I'm gonna be surprised with whatever happens, and I think it's gonna be good. It's definitely a great time to be a wrestling fan.
True. Steven, any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I agree with Kay. It's gonna be a great weekend. It's gonna be pretty lit. I'm hoping. Oh man, now you got me all hot and bothered and excited with the Rock. I'm gonna be dreaming about that tonight in my dreams. I'm gonna be like, oh, Lord, please let this
if
happen.
he does come out, I'm literally gonna scream out, "It's Black Adam!"
Oh my god, I just smell what you're cooking.
We're in a DC movie.
No, but
run.
Oh my god, I just want to smell what you're cooking all the time, Dwayne.
No, but other than that, it's gonna be a fun weekend. We're probably all gonna run into each other, Monty, everybody. Yeah, so like we're definitely gonna hit up like the nightlife there too, and up in Dallas, Arlington area. So just be safe, everybody. I'm probably gonna visit my indie friends that are in town because they're bringing RCW and other promotions there from Austin and all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
so
WrestleCon's that weekend too.
Yep.
Yes.
Are y'all going to Stand and Deliver or not?
No.
The NXT show? No.
Nah.
I know they have a lot of things going on that weekend, but I'm just focusing myself on Mania.
Dallas is literally going to be wrestling central of the earth for that weekend.
We're not going to find parking.
Like probably this whole week.
This whole week. You're definitely right.
Because you got indie shows. Indie shows are traveling up there like as we speak, like this week.
Which will be a lot of fun. And for whatever reason I go in last minute to an indie show, that'd be fun. It'd be my first indie show to go to. But that's gonna be a fantastic weekend. I think I'm not going to WrestleMania SmackDown. I'm not going to NXT Stand and Deliver. I'm not going to the Raw after Mania either. I'll be back home by then.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a lot of fun. Like Steven said, guys, stay safe, drink responsibly, and just have a good fucking time. I mean, that's what it's gonna be all about. It's having a good fucking time at Mania with your friends, family, and all this shit. The Rock shows up, fucking fantastic. It's gonna add an extra star to the show and all this other shit. But I cannot wait. All right, Steven, do you have any plugs you got that you would like people to follow you at, or anything like that? So that way, promote yourself, brother.
Yes, man. So I do have a photography page. My business is called Ready Set Smile. You can find it on Instagram at all lowercase Ready Set Smile _SA. That's Ready Set Smile _SA.
I'll leave a link
on there if you need.
I'll leave a link in the description for people to follow.
Yeah.
So anywhere else, is that good? What's the
Yeah.
The training company, if you don't mind, that you work with Tessa Blanchard and Daga.
Oh, wait. So, it was just individual. It wasn't at the actual school, but the
Okay.
actual school, if you want to know, it is Hybrid School of Wrestling. It's located in San Antonio, Bandera, and Eckerd.
Nice,
So
nice.
around that, just look it up on Google. It's in that general area.
Nice. WWE, AEW, sign Tana Blanchard, please. She is one of the best female wrestlers of all time. She's highly underrated. I understand she has some controversy past, but I think if you can get past Hulk Hogan, you can get past her shit too. So please
I'm just
sign her
saying,
up. I mean, I'm just saying, like,
the Usos have been arrested for fucking drunk driving. I don't want to be that guy.
Jimmy has for damn sure.
50% of the Usos have been arrested.
Kay, do you have any plugs, brother?
Not for myself. I mean, on social media, if you guys want to follow me because you find me interesting for some reason, my handles across Instagram and Twitter, which I don't really use Twitter much, but it's just at Chris Burns Red. That's my handle. If anything, I want to plug my buddy Paul at Insima Media. He's a filmmaker. He has his own company. They do photography. They do film, post-production, pre-production, production, whatever you need. So definitely want to put over Paul. At like I said, I believe it's at Insima Media. You can look it up, Jose, and you can post it if you need to correctly.
Sure.
But yeah, and then at Frames by Paul, that's his own actual Instagram handle. If you want to see his own stuff that he does. Just solid, amazing dude. Does amazing work. I love him to death. So yeah, I just wanted to plug him.
All right, guys, and of course he's not gonna say it now, but tune in to Horns of the Rose. They will be back, guys, and Blues and Brews. They will be back too.
Love that.
All right, guys. Thank you again for joining tonight. Really, truly appreciate it. Hopefully, we can have y'all back for some Cowboys takes for Steven and some Bear talk for Kay. Hey, my other two co-hosts are Bears fans, so you all can cry together. Y'all can try to lift each other up. All right, guys.
I'm gonna cry in general because we lost our defense.
Hey, it's okay. Coop is in Cleveland now. Yeah. All right, guys. For Steven Escobedo, for Kay Trevino, I am Jose Garza. We are Puro Peach Sports, and we are out.